Yo, what is up guys, Faze here and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and today I'm going to be going over the new bundle that has just arrived in the store. And by just arrived, it arrived a few days ago. However, I'm just going to quickly go over it. I don't have these tanks on this account to really discuss them and give you guys a live gameplay on them, but I'm just going to be letting you know if they are worth the gold that they're going for and how they perform as a tank just by specs. Now, first of all, it's going for 10,000 gold for both of these tier 8 premium vehicles. They're both German, and they both have a playstyle somewhat like you could get from a tech tree. Now, the Panzer-58, in my opinion, is basically a worse off RU-251. I'm going to get fully in depth on both the vehicles in just a moment, but I'm just going to give you guys my overall view on them just about now. So the Panzer-58 RU-251, in my opinion, is a better bet than it. As a medium tank, light tank type of vehicle, the Panzer-58 is very... And then you have the E75 TS, where I would rather you play a Tiger 2 instead. It'll be more armored in most situations, as well as this E75 TS has somewhat of a turret like a E100 and a lower plate, or even like an actual E75 at tier 9. You can easily butter straight through the lower plate and the cheeks of this vehicle. Now, the cheeks are a lot bigger than that on the Tiger 2, but obviously I said I'll get over them in just a moment in depth. Now, what do you get from this bundle? First of all, you get 2 legendary camouflages for the Mutts, which is for the Panzer-58, and you get a legendary camouflage called the Eagle for obviously the E75 TS. Now, both these cameras look pretty good. None of these tanks have PBR graphics. I don't believe the 58 has it. Yeah, it does not. So yeah, these cameras, while they look pretty cool, they won't look that fabulous, as both these vehicles do not have PBR graphics. Another thing in the bundle, you get a avatar. It's called the Ferocious Bulldog avatar. It's in many other bundles. Yeah, it's just an avatar, so don't get hyped about it. It's not really worth much. You get ×5 boosters, which obviously always only apply to the vehicles in the bundle. So you get 15 ×5 boosters for the E75 TS and another 15 for the Panzer-58. Obviously, this means you cannot use them on your tech tree vehicles. It means you can only use them on these vehicles to grind free XP, which I guess is something. Now, both vehicles come fully equipped, so you won't have to spend any extra credits on them to get them equipped. You'll have them all ready to go. Now, the Panzer-58, like I said, it's a vehicle that I think you should not get because there is a alternative to it, and in my opinion, a better alternative. The Panzer-58 feels like a tank that is trying to be a RU-251. The RU-251 obviously has Hesh pen on its gun, which allows it to do way more damage per minute, especially because of the amount of pen that the RU-251 holds on its HE rounds. The Panzer-58 kind of doesn't have that. 45mm of penetration on the Panzer-58 means that you won't even cut through the most weakly armored vehicles out there. If we go look at the RU-251 for a second, obviously if you go look at the max gun over here, which is the stock gun, you have 102mm of HE pen. That is 60mm more than that on the 58. Now, the RU-251's gun and the 58 gun resemble each other in a lot of ways, as their alpha and everything is very similar. But like I said, HE pen on this tank makes it a lot better. Also, the RU-251 has 10 degrees of gun depression compared to that on the 58 having only 8 degrees of gun depression. So moving on to the E75 TS. Now, like I said, I compared it to the Tiger 2. And the Tiger 2, in my opinion, is actually a lot better than the E75. The Tiger 2 obviously is one of the most broken tier 8s out there right now. I still think the Chisei that I went over in my last video is a better tank. If you haven't seen my Chisei video, you can click the link at the top right of the screen and you'll have a look at it there. But yeah, the E75. It's basically a worse off Tiger 2. You have worse DPM, and you have a lot of things worse than the Tiger 2. Now, the Tiger 2 will also move a lot quicker. You can side scrape in the Tiger 2 just as much as this tank can side scrape, but because the turret on this vehicle is a lot bigger and a lot larger than that on the Tiger 2, it means that you can get shot in your turret a lot of the times, and it's not a stroll to bounce those shells on your turret, as the cheeks on this vehicle are a lot bigger, as you can see. It's about double the size, I would say, the width that on the Tiger 2. We can also have a look at the Tiger 2 really quickly so you guys can have a look at how that looks. I do have it in my garage here. Let me just show you. So if you are playing the Tiger 2 already, as you can see, the turret on this thing is a lot smaller, and the entire vehicle is a lot more compact than that on the E75. Now, the Tiger 2's lower plates and upper plates are reasonably the same thickness, so you won't really have to worry about the lower plate being penned if the upper plate won't be penned. So if the upper plate can be penned, so can the lower plates. If the lower plate can be penned, so can the upper plate. That's really how it goes, unless you're like crossing over a ridgeline and the lower plate is the only thing that's like at a very bad angle, then yes, you can pen it. But the E75, you're always going to be penned in that lower plate. That is the weak spot of the vehicle. However, you won't ever get penned on the upper plates, so that is a kind of an increase or a better thing about the E75. Obviously, higher pen guns will obviously just pen directly through it, and also tanks with a lot of gun depression can just aim directly on it, negating that steep angle of the upper plate, meaning that they can pen directly through it. Now, if I'm going to give you my full-on opinion of this bundle, I really don't think you guys should go and spend your money on it, especially that the T77 and the Shark were just sold for 12,500 gold. For 2,500 gold, yeah, you're getting 2 premium tanks, but you can get 2 tanks in the tech tree for absolutely free that will give you a better outcome than these 2 vehicles. The Panzer-58 is a very fast-firing medium tank. It's fast, it's mobile, and has okay armor. You're not going to bounce anything, to be honest, but yeah, the RU-251 can do everything the Panzer-58 can, but you have that Hesh pen, which allows you to do a lot more damage and pin a lot of guys with HE doing up there of 300 damage every shot. So yeah, definitely Panzer-58 lacks in terms of overall performance compared to the RU-251, and I'd say the similar thing about the E75. The E75 is very slow, it has good armor, but obviously you're losing that mobility, and the Tiger II has the mobility, it has the armor, and it has the great gun, where the E75 also has a decent gun, but it's nowhere near how good the Tiger II's gun is. Let me know what you guys think of the Panzer-58 and the E75 TS. In my opinion, this bundle is definitely not worth your gold. And obviously, sorry I don't have a gameplay on both of these vehicles. It's quite late at night. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. But I'll definitely get to a replay or a gameplay on both these vehicles soon. Let me know if you agree with what I said, them being very mediocre or not that worth it. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'm actually curious what you guys think. And yeah, anyways guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully we can hit 1,000 subscribers pretty soon. Anyways guys, that's it for me today. Hope your shells hit their marks, and I'll check you in the next one. Cheers.